When I am out of inspiration, I turn to Greek mythology as being one of those kids who was always obsessed with it from the ages of probably like, I don't know, 9 to 12, and then Egyptian mythology, and then medieval stuff, and then like, you know how it goes. So this is called, I'm gonna do this, okay. This is called One in Front of the Other, and it's about plantar fasciitis. The dip of Achilles, all golden, immortal, but for one heel. Oedipus too, the swollen foot, who can feel but doomed with plantar fasciitis? These pedestrian afflictions plead the divine, not this as the weakness. I cannot leave my bed, the house, this way. Even the little mermaid felt every step was atop a field of broken glass. Were I to just roll the tennis ball to the arch and back, or press these tender metatarsals against the wall, as the podiatrist suggested nightly, what else would remind me that I'm mortal? Given the choice, I will always choose the ways I suffer. The greatest bodily affliction must still be hubris. So wonderful to see so many familiar faces. Too, I apologize that you've heard like some of these recently. I'm trying to like change my stuff up a little bit. All right, let me just check the timing. When did I start? I want to go over. This is a duplex, which is a form created by the incredible Jericho Brown. If you don't know Jericho Brown, please like look him up. His work is phenomenal, and he was also the one book Philadelphia a couple years ago. But the title is Circe's to Calypso, the morning after. And what do they have in common? Fuckboy Odysseus. He was smart as a whip, they said, never to return. From pigs and goats they return to men. I am a species of no other. I turn to speak and stroke another who became a gray swan. Fated to fly, to leave. What becomes fated to sail beyond this island's veil? Now I wear a yellowing bridal veil as a mourning mantle. I will send a lone albatross. I will send a tempest alone. I am no host. I am a home, a test. Any good host greets dawn like the crack of a whip. Continuing like with that theme, and then we'll veer to another organizing principle. So this is Before Perseus, and this is the first line is also the title. It's another like, not that this is a workshop on like how to get unstuck, but if you have a really great line, like just make it the title and continue from there, and you're good. All right, Before Perseus takes her head as a wedding present, we three weave golden scales, a serpentine cornice for our island of porcelain shoulders, muscled marble shattered into mountains and smoothed by the sea. Hundreds of these heroes turned to pebbles, our tresses entangled, 30 fingers clasping each other just so we can fall asleep each night or midday nap, entwined in asylum. This is no banishment. They've always claimed we're sisters. Render us a lesser threat to sex. We have no holes for you. A polyamorous triptych, the same their art historians will call goddesses. Immortal, are we not? Commensurate. Immortality is myth when we just want to be left alone to sun and fuck without their dagger glances, a writhing sorority. Hey boys, we call like sirens, our kindred vilified, almost women, wanna get stoned. Thank you. All right. This is Sonnet Mid-Transformation, the Philadelphia Museum of Art, 2019. Her corners clipped from the collector's loft, monk's mermaid crowns a left-of-center room, waves brim with ambiguity, assume she still cannot claim anything she's sought. Her room is blue among Renoir, Manet, Lautrec, Degas, all spirited. They're not stopped in an existential moment caught. My siren lies half wet, fully delayed. And so myself and each age that we met at 10 enchanted, 17 sanguine. But now by 32, a narrow world, I see our moon's hope tempered by regret, despaired in brackish limbo, stuck between, and neither turned to fish nor back to girl. Femme dragon. So I was having a conversation with Sammy actually earlier about the idea of as being like non-binary, like femininity as performance and leaving the house always in some type of drag. So this was inspired by that. It's called Femme Dragon, like drag. Puns. Oh, nemesis imprint, you squeeze into jeans and find something of silk to drape on top like piped buttercream. A décolleté dusted with sparkling minerality. Put your femme drag on again. That's the only way to add fire to your roar. Check out your ass in the mirror, then throw your clean hair over your shoulder, head tilted down. Wink. The mirror winks back. You are both Saint George and the dragon. You are just the one reading the picture book, ready to wobble in a velvet stack-heeled boot and keep your mascara waterproof for just this reason. Besides, you know how to pretty cry still and hold your breath all night. It's just like passing a graveyard. Resurrect the only way you've learned to stay powerful, and if not powerful, safe, and if not safe, then at least pretty enough that they let you go, or at least still stop for you at the crosswalk. Ever after all, it's only the princess who needs saving. Keep the wings and flames under a cotton blend cardigan for when you really, really need them. This is, so trigger warning-ish, like for the next two poems about miscarriage, fertility stuff. My wife and I are in the process of trying to conceive, and it sucks, and it's hard, and it's sad, and it's great. And those are all like the things floating around it. So this is self-portrait in a type of mirror. It's about my mom. We sketch each other, sit knee to knee. I am 6. My mother is still postpartum, another loss. I am once again an only child. I know faces are circles. A neck is a rectangle. Use the side of the pencil for thick hair. The point makes tiny wisps. Leave a white oval in the pupil to imitate cartoons. Everything looks better in my head. On paper, she smiles, close-lipped, a little fallen comma at each corner. No wrinkles, because I loved her today. I know it's bad. I know she'll say it's great. She uses charcoal. I never realized she gave me eyelashes too. Now they're here forever. I am always the small and pretty to her, all in black and white, everything gray scale. Eyes are already rounded like teardrops. Her basement art room is chilly for spring, and I can bear only 10 minutes until I have to crawl into her lap. I am too young to know that the heart has no easy shape. As an interesting complement to that, this is August Halcyon. I guess long story short, my wife took me I wanted to go to the beach. It was right before the school year started. I teach high school, and we were like, oh, let's just go to the lake where we usually paddleboard. And I was just mad the whole day that things didn't go the way that I wanted, but there was a lot underneath that too. Okay. August Halcyon. The lake is red and carnadines my limbs. A child says, I've only been sunburned twice. The worst was only a medium hurt. This is a medium hurt. 2 weeks, bleed. 2 weeks, hope. I want you to apologize for the lake not being an ocean. The clouds parting is no repentance. I was almost a miscarriage myself. How lucky to be born to consciousness, to be alive, pink, and screaming for a moment at all. Shifting the mood, also, since it's a low-key workshop on what to do when you're stuck, sometimes I imagine what inanimate things would be like if they were sentient. So this is actually part of a hybrid manuscript of fiction piece that I'm working on, but it's called A Sentient Keg Filled with a Microbrew IPA in a Frat House Basement. definitely a pivot. I am the mask champagne. Can you withstand this much pine? Could you bench press the forest or the ratty plaid couch, or at least these two haughty exchange students? They giggle into their red cups, and I fill it hard with foaming, effervescent virility. I am the sexy Italian Renaissance Christ embodied, my blood in this tap, chug, 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 to become a type of God, too. Maybe two more. I want to end on and this is again new work, new shit, right? New shit. So shout out to Lindsay, who encouraged me to read non-published things and new stuff. Why not? So this is a work in progress, titled What My Elderly Dog Sees When She Stares Out the Window. And stares, and stares, sometimes at the same spot in the kitchen or the linen pillow on the couch, one cloudy eye into the future with its moonstone swirl, the other still night dark and darting back and forth. She has diminished by 1/10 of her weight and feels bird hollow when I scoop her up from the backyard. She stiffens in my arms, her vision narrows back to the now, while I wipe the crust from her eyes, cradle her like an infant. A tiny heart beats against my belly, and I wonder if it's the size of a cherry. For now, each sunken thud is enough. I don't need to wonder how many are left. To her, the night is starless now, the dark a kind of infinite. I think I'll end with another newer-ish experimental poem. This was another sexy lesbian poem, but also it was not inspired by Saltburn. I'll just say that. It wasn't. It really wasn't. It was written before. Just titled, working title for now, If You Think This Poem Is About You. It is loosely for Carly Simon. You fill something I didn't know was empty. Full like Fiona's tick, a lost suitcase, a strawberry moon. How could you not think of fruit, something pendulous, ripe, beyond blushing? I would become your chipped vintage bathtub to hold the soup of you. all the discarded gritty dirt like river silt, the salt of your dried sweat. Leave me ringed, and only rinse me clean before you come again. Brackish baptism, this clawfoot tub is clamshell bed. Afterward, we are 6 twin Venuses, filling even the triptych vanity mirrors to the brim. Thank you.